My brothers and sisters, the day I held that piece of earth in my hands, dark, unremarkable, like any soil from our fields, I knew I was holding the future. Prime Minister Modi sat across from me, his eyes fixed on that small rock. Behind us, cameras clicked, diplomats whispered, but in that moment, the world stopped spinning. $42 billion. For rocks they told us were worthless. For minerals they said we could never process. For the same earth our grandfathers walked on, not knowing they stepped on the key to the modern world. Every smartphone in your pocket needs this earth. Every electric car battery depends on these minerals. Every wind turbine, every solar panel, every piece of military technology, they all bow before the power of African soil. This was not just another mining deal. This was the moment Africa stopped being the world's quarry and became the world's factory. This was the day we looked China in the eye and said, "Your monopoly ends here. Your exploitation stops now. The rare earth revolution belongs to Africa." When I signed that document, my pen did not just write my name. It wrote a death sentence for global mineral colonialism. It declared that never again would African earth power foreign prosperity, while African children study by candlelight. Let me tell you what they never taught in our schools. Those dark rocks scattered across our landscape, from Burkina Faso to Congo, from Mali to Madagascar. They contain 17 elements that make the modern world possible. Neodymium for the magnets in your headphones, europium for the red color in your TV screen, terbium for the green glow in energy-efficient bulbs, dysprosium for the motors in electric cars. Names you cannot pronounce, but powers you cannot live without. For decades, we dug these minerals from our soil and shipped them raw to China. They paid us pennies per ton. Then Chinese factories refined them, processed them, turned them into magnets worth thousands of times more. The iPhone in your hand contains 50 cents worth of African rare earth, sold for $1,000 in American stores. But this $42 billion deal changes everything. No more raw exports. No more sending wealth away to return as expensive products. From now on, African rare earth minerals will be processed in African factories by African workers for African profit. The rocks beneath our feet were always valuable. We just needed someone to treat us like partners, not suppliers. For 30 years, China played the long game. They bought our raw materials cheap, built the world's only rare earth processing industry, then held the entire global economy hostage. When Japan angered Beijing over territorial disputes, China cut off rare earth exports. Japanese car factories stopped production overnight. When America imposed technology sanctions, China threatened to halt rare earth shipments. Pentagon weapons systems faced shutdown. They made themselves indispensable by making us invisible. Africa produces the minerals, but China controls the supply chain. Until today, this Indian partnership shatters that monopoly forever. $42 billion to build not just mines, but refineries. Not just extraction, but processing. Not just raw material exports, but finished product manufacturing. We are not replacing Chinese dominance with Indian dominance. We are ending dominance altogether. We are becoming the masters of our own mineral wealth. Let me tell you exactly what $42 billion buys when it comes from partners, not predators. $15 billion for rare earth processing facilities across West Africa. Chinese companies extract and run. Indian companies extract and train. They will teach our engineers to separate neodymium from ore. They will show our chemists how to purify europium. They will transfer the knowledge that China guarded for decades. $10 billion for magnet manufacturing plants. The world's strongest permanent magnets made in Burkina Faso. The same magnets that power wind turbines, electric vehicles, and advanced electronics. $8 billion for electronics component factories. African-made capacitors, resistors, and circuit boards competing with Chinese exports. $5 billion for research universities and technical training centers. Our youth will study rare earth chemistry, not in Beijing, but in Ouagadougou. $4 billion for defense-grade rare earth production, military communications, radar systems, precision weapons, all dependent on materials processed in African facilities under African control. This is not aid, this is partnership. India gets secure rare earth supplies for their growing economy. Africa gets the industrial revolution we have waited centuries to begin. In Dori, young Salif used to watch Chinese trucks carry away tons of dark earth every day. He asked his father what was so valuable about those rocks. His father shrugged. "Rich people's business," he said. Today, Salif studies rare earth chemistry at our new technical college, funded by this partnership. Next year, he will help operate the processing plant being built in his hometown. The trucks will still come, but now they will carry refined materials worth 10 times more, and Salif will help count the profits. In Fadangurma, Grandmother Aicha watched her village sit on mineral deposits for 60 years. Foreign companies came and went, always promising development, always leaving with full trucks and empty promises. But this deal includes community development funds. New schools, new hospitals, new roads. When the rare earth processing begins, Aicha's grandchildren will have jobs. Her village will have electricity. Her family will have hope. This is what $42 billion means at the ground level. Not just industrial transformation, but human transformation. Not just economic development, but social revolution. Tesla announced they need rare earth minerals for 2 million electric cars this year. Apple requires specific elements for 500 million iPhones. Every major electronics company, every renewable energy firm, every defense contractor, they all depend on steady rare earth supplies. For years, they had no choice but to buy from China or face production shutdown. Chinese factories set the prices. Chinese companies controlled the timeline. Chinese politics determined global technology production. But now, there is an alternative. African processed rare earth minerals refined to the same standards, available at competitive prices, free from Chinese political leverage. The phone calls have already started. Tech executives flying to Ouagadougou. Defense contractors requesting meetings. Renewable energy companies proposing partnerships. We are not just entering the global supply chain, we are reshaping it. From Burkina Faso to the world, our processed minerals will power the technologies of tomorrow. From Washington to Brussels, panic spreads through government corridors. Their entire green energy transition depends on rare earth minerals. Their military superiority relies on advanced electronics. Their economic future hangs on technological dominance. But China controls the supply, and now Africa offers the alternative. Emergency delegations rush to Ouagadougou. The same officials who ignored us for decades now beg for meetings. Trade deals are offered. Development packages proposed, military partnerships suggested, but every offer comes with conditions. Environmental regulations that would slow our development, human rights monitoring that would limit our sovereignty, democratic reforms that would weaken our negotiating power. We listen politely, then we choose our own path. We partner with those who treat us as equals, not those who treat us as subjects. This partnership creates something unprecedented, the Africa-India Rare Earth Corridor. Minerals flow east, technology flows west, and profits stay where the work happens. Unlike Chinese deals, this includes continental integration. Processing plants in Burkina Faso will serve Mali, Niger, and Ghana. Training centers in Ouagadougou will educate engineers from across West Africa. Research facilities will develop solutions for African challenges. We are not just transforming one country. We are creating a new model for the entire continent. Resource-rich nations working together, processing their own minerals, controlling their own markets. From Senegal's phosphates to Congo's cobalt, from Ghana's lithium to Rwanda's tantalum, the old model of raw export is dying. The new model of value addition is being born here in the heart of Africa. $4 billion in defense-grade rare earth production means more than military equipment. It means technological independence. Modern warfare is electronic warfare. Satellites need rare earth magnets. Drones require specialized minerals. Communication systems depend on processed elements. The army that controls rare earth supply chains controls the battlefield. For too long, our military depended on foreign suppliers for critical components. Foreign factories could shut down our defense capabilities with a single phone call. Foreign politics could leave our soldiers vulnerable. But now we control the entire supply chain. From mineral extraction to component manufacturing, everything happens under African oversight. Our defense contractors will buy African processed materials. Our military will deploy African-made electronics. This is not just economic sovereignty. This is strategic autonomy. This is the foundation of true independence. Close your eyes and imagine Africa in 2044, 20 years after this partnership began. Rare earth processing plants humming from Dakar to Djibouti, African-trained engineers designing the world's most advanced magnets, research universities in Ouagadougou competing with MIT and Cambridge. The global electronics industry comes to Africa not just for raw materials, but for finished products. Made in Africa labels on smartphones, electric cars, and renewable energy systems sold worldwide. Chinese rare earth dominance, a footnote in history books. Western technological dependence, replaced by African partnership. The continent that once exported poverty now exports prosperity. Our children will inherit not mines that make others rich, but industries that build African wealth. They will not dig earth for foreign profit, but transform earth into African power. My brothers and sisters, when I held that piece of earth in my hands during the signing ceremony, I felt the weight of history. The same soil that our ancestors farmed, that colonial powers exploited, that independence leaders fought to control. But I also felt the power of possibility. This earth contains the building blocks of the modern world. These minerals will power the clean energy revolution. These elements will drive the digital transformation. For too long, we were told our value lay in what we could give away. Our oil to fuel their cars, our gold to fill their banks, our minerals to build their factories. But this $42 billion rare earth deal declares a new truth. Our value lies in what we can create, our knowledge, our industries, our innovations. The rocks beneath our feet were always precious. We just needed to stop giving them away and start building with them. The signing ceremony is over. The cameras have stopped flashing, but the real work begins now. And when historians write about the moment Africa transformed from supplier to manufacturer, from colony to competitor, they will point to this day. The earth is still here. The minerals still wait. But now they serve African dreams, not foreign greed. We are not just mining rare earth elements. We are mining our own destiny. And it starts with the soil beneath our feet.